Telemage, we are back one more time in the Dominican Republic. It was already last week, last Sunday, the elections were held in that country, and we have a new president in the DR, which is a very close country to Haiti. We're in the same island. We are sharing the same land with the Dominican people. They are our brothers. To discuss about the election, we have two brothers, Dominican brothers, Jose Zapata, which I've known for the longest. We've worked together. I was in DR and we did a mission together, Jose. Welcome, Jose. And we have Jorge Bisono. I don't know if I say the name right, but we're gonna try to do this in English, Spanish, and even Creole, because I know Jose speak a little bit Creole, right? Gentlemen, welcome to Teleimage, and thank you
Yes.
for joining us to talk about the election that happened in the country last Sunday. Welcome.
Gracias, Valerio, por la oportunidad de compartir contigo, con tu público, y sabemos que una gran cantidad de compatriotas haitianos que viven en Estados Unidos te siguen, y eso es muy importante para nosotros. Nosotros también aquí en República Dominicana, sabes la realidad, vivimos juntos prácticamente, y lo que nos afecte a nosotros como dominicanos puede quizás afectar a los hermanos haitianos, porque vivimos en una misma isla, y eso es lo que vamos a analizar en el día de hoy.
Muy bien, Jose. I got a little bit of it, but I'm sure Jorge will be translating for us, the English-speaking people. Go ahead, Jorge.
First of all, I was thanking you for the opportunity to share this time, this interview with your people. So we know a lot of Asians that share the country, the importance of this of democracy. So right now, we are ready to give you some information about the process and what is expectations we have from now on in the new government, and taking in mind, of course, the last experience with the previous government, and to see how it works for the new one.
And I want to thank you both for being here, talking about your new president, your new government, and the election last Sunday. How did the election go last Sunday? Was it? It was smooth. It seems nothing major to talk about. It went fine, and now we have a new president, and he is from the opposition. And I'm going to ask you, Jorge, yourself. Was the result what you were expecting?
Actually, yes. Not only me, but overall, the people, the voting, the voters, sorry, were expecting him to win because of his proposals, but also the statistic previously made by some sources, some resources, some professionals on investigating what is the expectation of the people about the new governor. So in that sense, the one who was like he was given a 50, 53, 56% different service than before. And on the elections, the final election process last Sunday, he got 52, 93, 52, 53, which is overall the same 53% of the voting of the voters in all the process. So yes, actually, the expectations were made as expected before.
Very well. It seems that the people in in Dominican Republic were tired from the old way of governing, because as we can see, the previous president, the president that's coming out now, he was also in the same party with Leonel Fernandez. He were very surprised that the ex-president Leonel Fernandez did very poorly in the elections. Now, is it a sign of changes happening in the country? People are really tired of the old way, and they want something else. They want to have a new government, a new president, a new country. Is that what it means?
Actually, they have the previous government party, which was the Dominican Liberatory Party. They were governing for over 16 years, since 2004 till now. And the people was tired of the process and some corruption acts that the actual president didn't take action on or against. So there's no people in jail, even with the other branch like corrupt action with more than $92 million that were stolen from the government and the public money. And because of that, and some other situations that were affecting the country and the way the government was acting, caused the reaction of the people, rejecting him, rejecting all the structure from the actual party and the government, so from the officialism. So they decide to make a change, not only for the based on the new or Abinader's perspective, but also the overall tiredness, if we can say that, of the people. Exhausted from being the money, all the money, all the resources of the states use it to different things, not justified. No one was getting into jail because of those actions. I think people actually at the end of the process get tired of it and decide to make a change by themselves.
And what the best way to change government, to change even the system of the country, is to go and vote and reject what you don't like and put in power a new president with new ideas and eventually new laws that will change the country. Now, I'm going to ask Jose. Jose is a journalist. He's been working in the news in DIA, in Dominican Republic. Jose has been covering a little bit of what's going on in the Haitian community as well. Jose, do you think this president, Luis Abinader, the new president of Dominican Republic, of the DR, what do you think will be his, I guess, his laws, his views, his position toward the Haitian living in DR?
Sí, la pregunta que se te hace, Zapata, es ¿qué conoces tú del electo nuevo presidente Luis Abinader? ¿Qué conoces de su vida, de su trayectoria y de lo que podría representar para la República Dominicana?
Bueno, muchas gracias, Valerio. Mira, el presidente electo Luis Abinader pues estuvo participando en una primera elección en el año 2016 en la cual perdió del actual presidente Danilo Medina e intentó pues seguir su carrera hacia la presidencia. Es un empresario, economista, ha estudiado diversas maestrías en Estados Unidos y también aquí en el país trabaja o su familia maneja el sector hotelero y pues él se ha dedicado a la carrera presidencial y ya ha obtenido obtuvo el pasado domingo lo que tiene que ver con la votación mayoritaria, ¿verdad?, del pueblo dominicano.
Okay, so this time Abinader is fighting for the presidential nomination, and actually in 2016 he was doing it with Danilo Medina, which is the actual president, and he never stopped fighting for being a president for DR. So part of it, he is also working in hotel business, and part of it, he's been in the States voting for economy. In the moment, in the meantime, he is going to be like taking place in a country, in the government. So the like if we can say that the man he will have a speak, since we are actually confronting the virus process, and it is a huge he's going to work on, not only in the health area but also in the economical situation that the Dominican Republic is facing at this point.
Okay, so it seems that his policies toward the Haitian Dominican living over there will be better than the previous administration. Is that what you think, Jorge?
Kind of. Actually, he is very focused on being transparency in the government, to have transparency in his government, and part of it might be the laws in regard of the legalization for the immigrants, not only from Haiti but from different countries. So you know that there's a lot of people coming from Venezuela because of their situation, and some of the countries in the area that are joining the country in a legal condition. So he might be working to regulate situations for immigrants and here.
Okay, so good policies, better policies toward the immigrants in general, and of course we're thinking about our brothers and sisters in India, the Haitian immigrants as well. Jorge, let's stay with you a little bit. Off mic, you were talking to me about the new, I guess, the new laws, the changes that will happen in this new administration, especially when it comes to the First Lady herself, her new role as a First Lady, and also the budget that was allocated for the First Lady. That will be, there are changes happening there. Let's talk a little bit about that. What's happening there?
Actually, yes, that's something that surprised all the people in the country, because No one was expecting the First Lady department, the First Lady office to disappear in that way. And since like a year ago, um, Abinader's wife was talking about it. She says, since I'm not chosen by the people in the voting process, I should not take place money and as the first lady before. Based on that reality, we might stop having a first lady office and the new government, and that money and those social actions that were used to be working by that department might be focused or treated with a different or with a respective department in the government. For example, you have some there's a project which is named Clyde because of the short, and that department or that project might be moved to the health team gonna take care of the people's like benefits from the government to the poor people in here. So based on that, they decide to stop it. And as I mentioned you before, they were managing about 990 dollars a year for that. No, $990 million working on that
Millions.
department. That's some money that
Okay.
might be reduced because about 670 people working and getting a money when some of them were not even working and in those offices. So based on this scenario, evaluating like the expenditure of money, justification, that's why they are thinking of doing that change in the new government structure.
Very interesting. $900 million that will be used for something else. So that's something very,
Of
very
course.
important to mention now. This new administration that will take place in next month, actually, in
Yeah,
the White
you
House
can
in the
expect
Dominican Republic. Go ahead, Jose. Jorge.
sorry, you can expect to have all the $900 million back, but at least 70% you can consider
I
thinking
know,
that
at least
some
part
of
of it,
those like
definitely.
positions might be not the departments or not this, but overall you might be a kind of a good amount of money that might be focused on good things for the country and for the poor people. It's really needed here.
Definitely. And what's important is that that decision is a good one, and it is something very interesting to mention here. So the new administration,
Yes.
the new president and his wife, they'll be working together. You will no longer have the office of the first lady with a huge budget allocated to that office to spend, and that's saving money for the country. All right, gentlemen. Let me ask Jose.
Exactly.
Jose, I'm sure the question will be for both of you. Let me start with Jose. Do you think Luis Abinader will be a good president for your country, for the Dominican Republic?
¿Consideras que Abinader será un buen presidente para la República Dominicana?
Definitivamente que hay que darle un voto de confianza, pero como todavía, ¿verdad? Y muchas veces los políticos prometen una cosa y luego no la cumplen. Pero vamos a darle el voto de confianza y que en su primer año pueda hacer un buen trabajo, independientemente de que tenemos una situación adversa, tanto local como internacional, a través de esta pandemia, que es el COVID-19. Y ciertamente he visto en los últimos titulares que República Dominicana va a tener un déficit de un 5% en la economía dominicana. Ahora, y a eso tendrá que enfrentarse Abinader. Tendrá un duro reto cuando le entreguen el gobierno para enfrentar esa situación.
Okay, so actually Zapata says that let's give a vote of truth to Abinader since it is the first time he is going to take place on the presidential position, and there's a tough situation that he might deal with working with the pandemic that is actually affecting all over the world, but also the economical situation. The result of the statistics reflects that there's going to be a 5% increase in the economy for DR. That I need to work on that. So let's see how it works and expect. Sometimes the presidential candidate promise to do something, but once they take place in the government, they do different things. But hopefully, this is not going to be the same case with Abinader, who looks people so reasonable, sorry, and so responsible with their applications. So let's see how it works now.
We'll see. We'll see how it works. We hope that he will make the difference. How about you, Jorge? What do you think of your new president?
The same way, the same way. Since day one, I was not that convinced with him because on the previous experience with with the actual government and some people, some like demands of the people in the social media about corruption and everything, I saw him so in a slow mode, so in silence, not expressing like a commitment or a decision to do something against them. And recently, the president of his party, the PRM, which is the Modern Revolutionary Party, um, they say that they're not going to fight against political corrupts, no, political enemies, but they're going to fight against corruption in the government. So he lets you think that even when they doesn't say expressly that it's going to be a political fight, it's going to be a corruption fight. So in that sense, you say that's going to be a good thing. So last day on him since. So what I was saying that based on that participation of him last days, nowadays we see a different attitude, and hopefully we are putting hope and truth on him to see how it's going to work on this new process of taking the ownership of the government here. So let's see how it works.
All right. Well, good luck to the new president, the new government, and the people of Dominican Republic of DR. We right next to you. Your brothers and sisters in Haiti are looking at you. They're looking at this new election that happened last Sunday, and we all wishing good luck to the new president and the new government. We will. I want to thank you again, but I'm gonna put Jose on the spotlight here. Jose, I mean, he did it in Spanish, but Jose, I know Jose speaks a little bit of Creole. Jose, faut fonti parler Creole pour nous. Faut ba un petit Creole, Jose. Let me hear your Creole, Jose.
Off now because I don't speak Creole.
Okay, I'm
You do a Creole too, Jorge?
I need to learn. I
Not
gotta
really?
learn.
You gotta learn. But you gotta learn from Jose. Right, Jose? I can't wait to see you guys
Thank you.
very soon. And eventually, when we're having the election in Haiti, you guys as young journalists, young gentlemen working in the media business, maybe you should come over and cover the election in Haiti. I'm sure it's not the same. It's not the same kind of election that we have in Haiti, but
Yeah.
it's worth watching from far. All right. Thank you again, gentlemen.
No, we thank you. And as you mentioned, it is the hope we have. And actually, we as journalists, we need to fight for that to have a transparent government all over the world. You in Haiti, us in the Dominican Republic, some men of the states all over the country, all over the world. So we need to fight for that. If the people is convinced what to do, they will do it. But if they don't, then everything's gonna stay the same.
Exactly. Very well said, Jorge. The last word now with Jose.
Bueno, gracias, agradecerte que hayas tomado este tiempo para compartir con nosotros y ver un poco la panorámica, ¿verdad?, de cómo es la situación a nivel política en nuestro país, República Dominicana. Nosotros estamos muy pendientes de lo que está sucediendo en nuestros alrededores, porque sabemos que es muy difícil la situación que se avecina, ¿verdad?, por esta, repito, la pandemia del COVID-19, y son muchos factores que van a influir, pero estamos agradecidos de nuevo, ¿verdad?, por darnos esta participación en tu programa.
Thank you. Gracias. Muchísimas gracias. Merci un peu, Jose. Thanks to you. And guys, stay safe because we still have COVID-19 in DR. I know the numbers are very high. Before we go, give us a little bit, quick idea, Jorge, how things are going. Is it going low? Is it lower now? How is the situation in terms of the pandemic?
That's a great question. Recently, after the election, there's going to be 2 weeks to wait how it's going to be the evolution of the coronavirus infected people here. Because there were a lot of people, over 4 million people moving around last Sunday to the voting process. But now the cases were recently increasing, but they are expecting like a bigger growth in next days, next weeks. So they were also proposing or thinking about having a 24-hour stay-at-home establishment to work against that situation that might be what seems to get like worse. for us. Hopefully, begging God has not happened, but let's see how it seems to be increasing and something to be done by the government to prevent or to confront that situation at the moment.
Yes. Hopefully it will get better. Thank you again, gentlemen, from Dominican Republic all the way to here in New York, Long Island. It was a pleasure having you.
It is a pleasure for us having you again. You have a great time and thank you for having us in this program.
Thank you.
Thank you.